All right, welcome back, everyone, to another viewing of our streaming highlights. But yep, again, first we're going to go over our shiny catches for the day, and then after that, we're going to follow up with our Pokemon Go League top 3 battles that I picked, and then finally, we're going to finish off with our two, Sword and Shield ranked battles. Yep, here we start off with the shiny Hawlucha, and then let's see. Yep, it was Unburden shiny. That's a good one. And then here we're going to collect our rewards. But yeah, we got great rank 9 in singles last season because I didn't touch it at all. And then we have doubles. We got gold bottle cap and our 600 BP because we broke into the Master Ball tier towards the end. And then here's our other shiny catch of the day. It was a shiny Perrserker. But yeah, with this one, it had battle armor instead of Steely Spirit. So I don't know. Maybe we can do something gimmicky with it. We'll see what I decide to do. Other than that, or just use it for trading because I already have one that has Steely Spirit. All right, let's go into the Go League battles now. But yeah, here I'm going to be using Raichu with Volt Switch, Grass Knot, and Wild Charge. And then Clefable with Meteor Mash and Psychic. And then finally we have Toxicroak with Counter, Mud Bomb, and Sludge Bomb. But yeah, there we go. We go for a switch because it was switched into an Umbreon, brought in Clefable to counter the Umbreon. We go for the Charm Down to have a full charge move. And then this should be a foul play. Yep, we wall it because it tickled us basically. And then here comes his answer to the Clefable. But yeah, we go for a Psychic. And boom. Hopefully we got the stat drop, but we didn't, so now we just let Clefable burn down the rest of the way. And then up next we have Alolan Raichu coming in for the switch in. There's a Sky Attack. I go for a Farm down here just so that we have full energy for whatever comes in after the Skarmory. But yeah, Shield to protect my Raichu. And then I'm going to take out the Skarmory. Now we have a Azumarill coming in, so we go for the Volt Switch right here. Or not Volt Switch, Wild Charge. There's a Wild Charge. We go for a second one to force a Shield, I believe. Let's see. And then in comes... Oh, this was like really laggy. But either way, it was like one of the better battles, so we had to work through it. But yeah, I bring in Toxicroak to tank that damage. And then go for a Mud Bomb. Bait the last Shield. And then down goes the Azumarill for the win. Okay, this one ended in a loss, but it was so close that I had to highlight it anyway because I just thought it was a good battle. But yeah, unfavorable lead. He goes for a Mud Bomb. I shield it, and then I go ahead and switch out the Raichu because obviously I don't want to keep him in for too long, especially when he knows I'm going to keep him in to use Grass Knot. Fully charge move. But yeah, and then of course Clefable switches out for Ferrothorn because Mirror Shot, or yeah, he uses Power Whip and Bullet Seed. Then walls my attacks. Yeah, we go for Meteor Mash here, just to try and chip it away as much as we can. And then here comes another Power Whip, and then down goes Clefable. So you have in comes Toxicroak to burn it down the rest of the way. And then in comes his Whiscash. I go for a Mud Bomb to bait out his shields. And then I use my shield to protect against his Mud Bomb. And then I answer back with my Mud Bomb. It's going to be his second shield, because he's going to want to keep this thing. I know he's going to shield because he wants to keep it alive for taking down Raichu. But there's a Mud Bomb. Toxicroak barely survives and then gets taken out. Here comes my Grass Knot to take out the Whiscash. And then finally we have a Azumarill for the end. But yeah, I go for a Wild Charge here. But yeah, if we had the buff version of Wild Charge, then this would have been a victory, but we don't, so there's the Ice Beam to take out the Raichu. Okay, that was the second match. Now for our third match. Wigglytuff versus Raichu. I don't want to keep my Raichu in for too long because I know that Charm's going to burn it down, so I swapped to Clefable for Charm versus Charm beatdown. And then after that, his Wigglytuff goes down. I go for a Psychic because it was a Marowak, and then I just told myself whatever comes in, use Psychic to get the stat drop. And then after that, I bring in Toxicroak because Mud Bomb spam. Yeah, there's Mud Bomb 1. He shields it, even though it looked buggy. I shield his Bone Club. And then after that, he goes for another Bone Club. I opt to let it go through. And then we go for a second Mud Bomb just to burn through his shield. And then down goes the Marowak. And then next up we have Raichu versus Raichu. But yeah, of course with this one, we just do volt switches. He has Thunder Punch, I have Grass Knot. Yep, I charge up my Grass Knot, and then this should be enough to take it out right here and now. Nope, it was the next one, because I'm going to shield this next Thunder Punch. And then he has the Thunder Punch, I use Grass Knot, and that takes him out. Down goes the Raichu. But yeah, those are our Pokemon Go highlight battles for today. Alright, so now next up we have our Sword and Shield Road to Master Ball ranked doubles. Yeah, and then of course this is like the first day. It only took me 2 days because I'm already on the second day, and I went like 8-3 with this team. But I'm really glad about that, because I was glad that I went from having an awful season last time to doing good with this team. Yep, we have Dusclops for tankiness. I want to swap out Will-O-Wisp for Pain Split pretty soon, but I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to that. And then we have Corviknight for being the physical tank. Morpico's the pivot, and also just like the trolley, like pivot, does it all support Pokemon. Incineroar is the special tank. Dragapult's the lead striker. And then finally we have Gastrodon for support and with Storm Drain. Yep, here we're up against Excadrill and Indeedee. We go for the Intimidate here to get this attack drop onto the Excadrill, and then after that I thought he was going to attack my Incineroar, so I swapped out to Corviknight to soak his attack with a Max Quake. Yep, he Dynamaxes his Excadrill like I predicted, and then after that I go for an Ore Wheel onto Indeedee, and then he goes for a Max Quake actually onto the Indeedee, or the Morpico, which surprised me because I thought he was going to attack the Incineroar. So yep, I carry on with the matchup. He goes for a Reflect, so I answer back with a Reflect. He swaps in to Ferrothorn, and then I Dynamax my I Dynamax my Corviknight, and then after that Morpico goes for the Brick Break to break the shields, because now it was starting to become obvious to me that this was a weakness policy. Excadrill. Just because of the way that he was trying to progress his stats. I go for a Steel Spike so that I become bulkier, and then I just try to will it down to keep him from activating weakness policy. So yeah, with that said, I bring in Incineroar, we get another attack stat drop, and then he goes for a Steel Spike to get plus another defense increase. What do I follow up with next here? His defense rises, go for the Max Knuckle to get an attack stat boost, Ferrothorn. And then after that, oh yeah, because I was trying to make myself bulky enough to survive both of his bulky attackers. But yeah, I do a Parting Shot out to lower the attack of the Excadrill. And then after that, we bring in Dusclops. There's a Sword Stance. And then that's when I go for another Max Knuckle, descend onto Excadrill, and activate the weakness policy. So we kind of give him a +1 advantage. But yeah, there's the weakness policy like I predicted. Then I go for Nightshade here. Ferrothorn goes for the knockoff to remove the Eviolite. And then after this, I go for, I believe, an Ally Switch. Yep, there's the Ally Switch. Excadrill uses Iron Head. I wall it with my Corviknight, go for a Body Press. And then after that, Ferrothorn uses Body Press and then doesn't really do anything to Corviknight. But yeah, there's the Iron Head. I go for a Body Press on the Excadrill, and then Nightshade from Dusclops onto Ferrothorn to take out those two. And then that leads us with the final two on this team. But yeah, for these two, it was, let's see it, Primarina and Indeedee. Indeedee I knew was going to be easy to take out, so yep, there's a Psycho Surge, so we can't use priority, but I went ahead and did it anyway. And then there's his Reflect to get set up. I go for the Iron Head. There's a Hyper Voice to take out Dusclops like I wanted, because I wanted a safe switch in for Incineroar. But yep, there's Incineroar, and then this is when I can go for Snarl Spam to protect my... Yep, there's a Follow Me. I go for the Iron Head onto Indeedee to take it out. Incineroar uses a Snarl so that I can keep my Corviknight alive. But yep, there's a Liquid Voice. And then I survive with just 14 health. That means I can go for a Roost to keep myself protected. And then Incineroar can go for another Snarl to secure the victory. So that, like, I know that I can survive all the future Hyper Voices. Yeah, activates the Heal Berry. and then they forfeit here just because they know what's going to happen next. All right, so let's go to the next matchup. Javar. Yep, Javier sends out the Dusclops and Dragapult. Since I know what this is, I know that he's going to use Shadow Sneak onto the Dusclops to activate Weakness Policy, but the question is, how is I going to wiggle my way through this match because of that fact? But yep, he's going to Dynamax here. And then, yep, there's a Dynamax on the Dragapult. Then in comes the Shadow Sneak. Boom, there's that. And then after that, let's see, Max Wormwind onto my Incineroar to take it out before Incineroar can do anything. I go for the Aura Wheel to do some chip damage onto Dragapult and to get a speed boost so that I can outspeed the Dragapult. And then after that, I bring in Corviknight. And then I already predicted that he was going to do an ally switch to protect this Dragapult here, so that's why I switched to pretending to attack the Dusclops when I knew it was going to be an ally switch. Goes for the Max Phantasm. I narrowly survived because I knew that Corviknight had the defense to survive. Then I do an Iron Head and Dragapult gets taken out. So yep, with that prediction, I was able to secure the knockout on the Dragapult. And I would just wait for their next move. They bring in Rotom. Of course, with this one, I bring out Corviknight because I knew that he was going to attack it. There's a Shadow Sneak from Dusclops onto Morpeko to, to break the Focus Sash. Then I pivot out by mitigating the Rotom's special attack so that it can't really do much. There's the Thunderbolt, the Gastrodon tanks it. Then I knew he was going to do Thunderbolt onto Corviknight, so I went ahead and swapped that out for one turn. And then I bring in Gastrodon because I wanted to, or I Dynamax Gastrodon because I wanted to increase my special defense here. So there's a Shadow Sneak onto Morpeko, doing his chip damage. And then there's a Dark Pulse onto Morpeko as well. Looks like they really wanted to take out Morpeko because they somehow established that that little rodent is a threat. Special defense goes up. Now his Rotom can't really touch my Morpeko. There's an ally switch, which I didn't predict when I should have. So I go for the Aura Wheel onto Rotom. He soaks it, and then this is a Citrus Berry if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Citrus Berry. He heals up. I go for the Max Ooze to increase my special attack against this Dusclops, because I knew that somehow I was gonna need to have my health like topped out as much as I can, or my special attack to hit as hard as possible on the Gastrodon down the road. There's a Shadow Sneak onto Morpeko. I go for the Aura Wheel here onto the Rotom, and it does like and it almost takes it out, but not quite. But yeah, there's a Dark Pulse onto Morpeko. Max Quake onto Dusclops to get another special defense boost when I should have just used Max Ooze for more special attack. But yeah, there's Morpeko back into Hangry mode, and then I'm going to go for an Aura Wheel and take out the Rotom right here. I believe I double targeted here so that if he did use Ally Switch, I was going to take out the Dusclops. But yeah, there's a Pain Split. And then after that, this is going to be this is where I think Morpeko goes down. Yep, because it's Togekiss. Yep, I anticipated that he was going to do Ally Switch, so I do Aura Wheel onto Togekiss, and then look at that damage. Can't deny the power of Morpeko. There's Dazzling Gleam, Morpeko goes down, and again I anticipated the switch here, so I double targeted onto Togekiss, and then Togekiss goes down. Yep, and then now we have Corviknight here coming in, but that's not going to be enough health to survive. Yeah, so now you can see what's going to happen next. It's one big old boring stall fest to end the video. So I go for a Scald, and then now we speed up the footage. I go for Recover, Dusclops does Pain Split, I recover, and then there's Shadow Sneak, Earth Power. I go for a few Earth Powers here, I believe like 6 in a row because I was trying to go for the special defense drop. And then there's Earth Power again. It's like watching baseball. Recover, and then after a certain point I just decide, you know what, let's switch from Earth Power to Sludge Bomb, and then let's poison the dang thing. There's Earth Power again. I think this is the 6th one. Then yep, this is the last Earth Power, and then there's the Recover, and then that's when I switch over to Sludge Bomb. Pain Split, and then we land the poison onto Dusclops on the first Sludge Bomb, so now I can start pressuring it a little bit more since we have poison pressure. There's Sludge Bomb. Now I'm trying to slowly manipulate its health down to a range where I can take it down before it can do anything, especially since we're getting close to the end of the match. There's Sludge Bomb. Here's Pain Split. But yeah, so that way I just kind of purposely fall behind. He does Pain Split, but I didn't want to have my health too low where he can surprise me with Nightshade. So there's a Pain Split again, and now his health is so low that I can finish him off with a Skull because of the poison damage. Then down goes Dusclops. Yep, thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll tune into the next video next time. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment for more videos.